Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Star Wars The Black Series, Mace Windu. Let's get into it. Let's begin our lightsaber form study of the pod with a look at the packaging. And pretty standard Black Series packaging that's, it's gone away and replaced with something else, and now that's getting replaced with the plastic-free packaging. So yeah, this is a kind of an old figure, but anyway, on the top, nothing except some tape and a hook. On the front, Star Wars The Black Series window, partially showcasing the figure and his accessory, which is a lightsaber. Mace Windu, age 4 and up. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that don't belong there. Hasbro print. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print. Shed some light on it. And a barcode, made in China print. On this side, Mace Windu. And then a really big Mace Windu that doesn't even fit on the box. On this side, it's red. It's number 82, Mace Windu, and assortment number. On the back, Star Wars The Black Series, number 82, and assortment number. Let's see what it says. Mace Windu, a grim Jedi Master with an amethyst-bladed lightsaber. Mace Windu was the champion of the Jedi Order with little tolerance for the failings of the Senate, the arguments of politicians, or the opinions of rebellious Jedi. Also, this party's over. He said that a lot, I bet. And then here we have some other don't stick stuff in your pie hole that doesn't belong there in every language that they could fit on the package, I guess. And don't give it to the babies. StarWars.com. Website not available in all languages. Includes figure and 2 accessories. Some poses may require additional support. Product and colors may vary. Retain this information for future reference. And then some legalese stuff, made China stuff, Disney print, Hasbro print. And that, my friends, concludes our look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessory. And here we have handy dandy tweezers. And the only real accessory he has is his lightsaber. Nice purpley blade that is slightly translucent. And then I would have to say it's a pretty nice paint job on his lightsaber. It looks really good. Now, one thing I will say about this lightsaber is that it does not have a post on it to connect to his belt. And in fact, on his waist, he doesn't have a port for a peg even. So there is that, and it comes in the package. I know we looked at it before, but the lightsaber comes like this in the package, and I almost broke the thing off trying to remove the blade from it because I thought it was, and it will come out, but it's in there pretty good. So there's really no reason that I can think of that you would need to remove the blade off of this lightsaber, so I don't recommend that you do it. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. And here we have, let's take a look at this cloak first. I mean, it is what it is. It's Hasbro soft goods, and it's okay. It doesn't really lay flat. You can't really get the hood to do what you want it to. I'm sure there's some tricks where you wet it and shape it and stuff, and maybe you can get it to do something, but again, it is what it is. It's about what we expect from Hasbro when we got soft goods. I will say though, it's a thick material compared to some other soft goods that get used. So there is that. I mean, it's not a bad looking cloak. It's just you can't really do much with it. Now, as far as the figure himself, I will have to say that's a pretty striking resemblance to Samuel L. Jackson. Although mine's got a little blemish of plastic here. But not a lot I can do about it. Well, maybe I can scrape it off. I don't know. I may try that later. But I do think it's pretty good looking Samuel L. Jackson likeness there. And then as far as his robes go, I mean, they're Jedi robes. And pants and boots. And as you can see, this is a bit of an older figure, I guess you could say. Of course, you can tell that from the packaging, but also it has double hinge knees and they are pinned, whereas the more recent figures have a single hinge knee that the knee has the rotation in it, almost like what they hinge and swivel. Yeah, that's what it's called, hinge and swivel at the knee, whereas this one only has it in the elbow. And it's got some nice paint apps here on the belt, and pretty much everything is, there's not much paint going on here except on the belt, really. Some paint right here on the shirt, of course the paint on the face and the belt, and maybe I think this is all in molded in plastic, and then right here it's, I think the boots are painted on. There's a little bit of slop right here, but it's hard to tell if it's, they just didn't paint the boot all the way up or if the paint from here spilled down, so I'm not sure about that. Let's talk about his articulation. He can look up that far, and I do believe it's a dumbbell in the head and neck here, and then a ball at the bottom. The neck is a separate piece, so he can look down that far. He does have some chicken neck. He's got some waggle. He will do the full exorcist. At the shoulders there is a butterfly joint, and this right here is just overlay. It's like a soft rubber overlay, so it will move a little bit when you go too far with the articulation, I guess you could say. But the butterfly goes back that far, it goes forward that far. There is a 360-degree rotation there as well, and at the hinge it comes out to slightly better than 90 degrees, it looks like. Nothing at the upper bicep. Hinge and swivel at the elbow. Swivels around 360 degrees, and the elbow gives you slightly better than 90 degrees of bend. 360 degree rotation at the wrist, and it's on an in and out hinge, as well as an in and out hinge here on the other side. Cut here at the waist, something a lot of the more modern Star Wars Black Series don't have anymore either, is a cut at the waist. Usually they just have that dumbbell at the upper and lower abdomen, but again, I guess it sometimes depends on the figure. But he's got plenty of hula in there, a 360 degree rotation as well, and with that he can crunch forward that far, and he can bend backwards that far. At the hips, he can give you that much of the splits, and this soft rubber overlay as well. And his leg does not want to kick up much, does it? No. I can get that much forward kick out of him. Let's see if the other leg's, yeah, about the same on the other leg as well. So he only kicks forward about that far. Backwards, he's got none, because Mace don't step back. There is a cut at the upper thigh, and it's pretty tight, but it will give you a 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinned knee will give you that much bend. This gets in the way of that just a little bit, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference. Because of the rotation here, he has no rotation down here. And at the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up, none, and forward-facing pin for rocker. And as far as his lightsaber goes, which one is it? It's the one that says BMF on it. That's which one it is. And you just slide it into his hand, and he holds it. Pretty good. That, my friends, is a look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And let's start things off by comparing the only guy we can, he really compares to, which is himself. So here we have the regular Mace Windu with the Clone Wars Micro Series Mace Windu. Here we have Episode 2 Mace Windu alongside Episode 2 Jedi Knight Obi-Wan Kenobi and Episode 2 Padawan Anakin Skywalker. This party's over, because here we have Mace Windu with Sith Lord Darth Tyrannus, also known as Count Dooku, or better known as Count Dooku, and the infamous bounty hunter and DNA donor to the Kamino and Clone program, Jango Fett. Here's Episode 2 Mace Windu with the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and to see how he starts stacking up against other lines from the Marvel Legends series, we have making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. For our final set of comparisons, here's Master Windu with, from the G.I. Joe Classified series, the Regal variant Hasbro Pulse exclusive Cobra Commander. And for a 7-inch comparison from McFarlane Toys, we have the DC Multiverse, 3 Jokers, the Joker, the Clown. For final thoughts on Star Wars The Black Series Mace Windu, I have to say I had pretty much given up hope of getting this guy. And then right after I bought the Clone Wars Mace Windu, the Walmart one, this one came back in stock at a online retailer that I frequent often. And so I went ahead and got it. So I've got the Clone Wars version and I have the movie version now. So, very good. Awesome. I have to say, the face sculpt on this guy just says, "This party's over." And, I won't say it looks exactly like Samuel L. Jackson, but it's close enough that you can tell that's who it is. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but Anyway, there it is. I finally got my hands on one. I'm glad that I did. That does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time. This review is over.